What is up, guys? Welcome back to yet another brand new Mage Ben gaming video. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day as always. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at Dragon's Dogma 2 in all the different modes with RT on, RT off, performance, balanced, and quality mode to see the improvements over what the base PlayStation 5 was. Remember, this game at launch was 30 FPS, and when they unlocked it, it struggled to even get to 40. So the improvements are very significant on PlayStation 5 Pro, and it looks better using PSSR as well. So we're going to put the frame rate counter on the TV as we did in yesterday's video. If you haven't seen that one, we did go and test I can't even remember the game we tested yesterday. It's completely blanking my mind right now. But we tested God of War Ragnarok, which was a really fun one to try. Much better FPS overall. But check out this video and I'll see you in a bit. Okay, so we are over on the TV and also recording direct capture from the PlayStation 5. As you can see, we can actually bring up the FPS menu here on the TV so you guys can actually see the frame rate. So we're in the very starting area of the game once we've gone into the little village area, and we're going to go do just the first quest line and show you the FPS, because at the end of the day, it's great that the cities, we already know what the city frame rate is on PS5 Pro. It drops down to a max of 54 FPS, just to advise you there, but your main amount of gameplay is actually spent out in the wilderness like these areas. So this is, to me, what is important. So we're going to look at the settings. We're going to go and do all the settings at first without ray tracing, and then we will go and do with ray tracing after. So at the moment we're on the balanced mode, but let's do prioritize frame rate to see what frame rate we can actually expect to get out of this device. So here we go. So we're pulling up the frame rate counter on screen as well, so you guys can see on the TV we're at 76 frames per second. Excuse me, people like it when I leave sneezes in, so I'm doing it always from now on. Where the hell am I even supposed to be going? I think let's just keep going down this track, because this is a game that I have not fully got into, but we will absolutely do this. So I'll keep swapping between the direct capture from the PlayStation so you can see what it looks like, and then I'll also swap between the TV so you guys can see what sort of FPS you can actually expect to get on a game like this, right? Let's go check out these big eagle things here. So as you see, we're well above 60. This is a very nice improvement from what we had previously. I have no idea where these things have gone. Yeah, there we go. I see. Wait, how do you lock on to enemies? I have no idea what I'm doing, guys, as you can probably tell. Can you not lock on to enemies in this game? I do not like games where you can't lock on. I think that's painful. Anyway, this is the FPS you can get in battle. As you can see, it's well above that 60 frames that we had previously. Or, well, it wasn't even the 60 frames we had previously. To be honest, it wasn't even a solid 30 we had previously. So this is performance mode, as I said before. I think I would actually play this, though, at probably the quality mode, to be sorry, the optimized mode. Let's see what it's called, the balance mode. That is what I would do. So let's go balance mode, because you can actually see a resolution increase for sure, and it drops it down a little bit, but as you can see, on average we're still above 60 frames. So this is the mode I personally would play in. It's a significant increase in sort of world quality in the way it looks. I just did my running too much, but yeah, it's significant in how much better this looks than the other mode, and we're still getting that gorgeous 60 frames in this game. So we'll keep going. Let's keep running down this way and see if we encounter anything else. I really thought there was a lock button on this game. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong there, but I'm very sure that there used to be. So who knows? We're coming up to a little area here that's a little bit bigger than the area we're currently in, so this will be interesting to see. But again, we're still above that 60 frames. This is in a typical play. I would class this as a typical area in this game that you would be playing in and experiencing stuff in, which is what's important when testing games. It's not always about the hardest running areas, because that's not necessarily where you're going to be for a lot of it, but we know that frame rate, there's plenty of people doing that. I wanted to show typical gameplay so you can see what you can actually expect when playing the game in most areas of this game. So let's dive over to the quality mode here, graphics, and we can go to prioritize graphics, and yes, let's save the changes. Okay, right, so of course we're getting into a cutscene. Let's skip all that. So you can see, even in the quality mode now, you are getting slightly lower FPS. So we're still not at lock 60 at quality. I have to say, I really cannot see a difference between the quality mode and the performance mode in terms of visuals on screen, but there is that FPS difference. So this is why I said I would absolutely play this game in the performance mode. It's just, in the balance mode, it just looks much better. Let's skip all this. I think we've got a bit of a scene coming up here, but that's fine, doesn't matter. Yeah, we do. We've got to fight this dragon. This has been an interesting one for frame rate as well, actually. So you can see in the quality mode, which, by the way, looks really good. We're dropping now because of all this. That's not 120, by the way. It's just the frame rate counter sometimes stops working. But there we go. That would be nice to have. Anyway, we're still in the quality mode, and you can see we're about 50 frames depending on what's going on. Let's quickly. We can't even pause. We can't even pause the game right now. So let's go, let's carry on through this scene. And yeah, we've got the Arisen trophy. Very nice. Okay. Right, let's skip all this because we don't need to watch this. I'm going to actually play this game properly on my own at some point. Skip everything we can here so that we can get through to some of the other areas of the game. Yeah, all right. Okay, I'm going to make a cut here, and then we'll come back and once we're done with all the dialogue here, we'll play some more of the game. Actually, never mind. It looks like we're nearly done. We can skip. Okay, good. Thank God. It wasn't going to be masses and masses of dialogue. We can skip all this, and then we can carry on. So here we go. All right. But you can see we're well above the frame rate in all these like little cutscene things like this. So that's good news. Right, let's explore this town a little bit. This is probably a good one to do because it's kind of got a lot of stuff around it. Oh dear. But also we're in a town. I would actually play it like this and not really have problems. We're over the VRR area. We're like well above the 48 frames per second that VRR picks up, and it feels a very smooth 60. Like, this is why I capture the screen so you guys can actually see what the screen actually feels like from a point of playing this. So this feels like a very solid 60 frames. But again, let's switch back so you guys can see what to expect from the balance mode, which is again the one I would definitely play it in because it's much sharper, much cleaner. In fact, this barely looks any different than the quality mode, but as you can see, you're still seeing some drops there, but all in all, I would say it's much closer locked to 60. So the balance mode for me is 100% what I would do. But if we were to turn on ray tracing, can we actually see if we can get closer to 60 frames in the performance mode? That's something I'd like to test, so let's try that. So let's go options, graphics, obviously ray tracing on, and let's leave everything as is. We've got ray tracing on, that's good. Right, let's just try the balance mode. I guess that's probably a good one to try. Balance mode with RT on, and then we can try the performance mode with RT on. I think if it's anything below 60 drastically, then it's going to be a problem. But actually, wow, the balanced mode with RT, go away. No one cares. Oh, let's skip through this a second. Cool. Okay, well, I'm just going to run around anyway, so doesn't matter. So we're actually sitting, I would say we've taken the balance mode down to where the quality mode was before, and we're still kind of getting around that 60 frame mark, which is really good with RT on as well. Now, obviously, you're going to get more drops in the bigger areas, which is fine, but in typical play, which is what I like to test because that's what I'm doing most of the time, I don't mind a few drops here and there. If there's a city that runs worse, fine, like no problem, but at the end of the day, you're spending your whole game in one area. You're going to be running around in all the grassland areas, which is, where the most of the gameplay takes place for this. So let's just go up this way. We're looking around that 60 frames, which is exactly what I want in the balanced mode as well. So if we are to go to performance mode now, let's go up to, where is it? Balance, prioritize performance. Yes. Let's bring the frame rate counter back up. And there you go. So with RT on, you are getting above. You're getting above the 60 frames quite easily, even in combat. As you can see, I would still personally play this on balanced because it just looks much better. I really wish there's a way to lock onto enemies in this game. I feel strongly there was, but I don't know. So as you can see, above 60 frames in the balanced mode, in performance mode now. I think this is a good way to play if you want that higher frame rate, but for me, I would definitely play in the balance mode because at the end of the day, it's still 60 frames in most areas and above. And yeah, let's try the quality mode and just see what we can expect from that. I would imagine this is going to be right down to like, okay, this is higher than I thought. So quality mode, you're looking, oh, the frame rate counter's bugged out. It's not 120. That would be nice. We're about 50 frames per second on average. So that isn't actually too bad, but I would still absolutely choose the balance mode. It's much, much better, slightly over 60 and just under 60, whereas this one's constantly at that under 60 frames per second. Let's go back because I don't really want to fight another group of enemies right now. So I think the optimum way to play this game, as we can see from this test we've done today, I would put it in balanced. I would put ray tracing on until you find it too hard with any dips in certain areas, and then I would just turn ray tracing off if needed. This is very close to 60. It looks way better than the performance mode thanks to PSSR. This game is a huge upgrade. Massive, massive, massive upgrade from the base PlayStation 5 that could barely run properly at a like 40 FPS. It was very much struggling. So this is a huge improvement, and I would probably play it like this, just with some drops down, but with VRR, it's barely noticeable, if at all, on this display. So that's it, I think. I think that's a good test for today. This game looks very good, very fun, and I want to play more of it with this mode. So thank you for watching, guys. Leave a like, subscribe, and I will see you in future videos. Bye-bye for now.